What is up all around the world, all around the nation? It's your girl NuNu Paris.
And Raffi, and this is Wait Don't Do It, where we tell you what not to do in this amazing time that we're living in.
It is
NuNu,
so great to be alive.
how are you?
I'm happy because I'm not a Sagittarius.
I think Sagittarius, this is definitely not Sagittarius's year. Definitely. I think all fire signs are under attack right now. But I think specifically Sagittarius can't get a break. But I mean, you're just jumping into the episode. Do you have somewhere to be after this? I'm confused. I'm just trying to.
Well, Rafa, we have a lot to cover today. In our episode, Wait, Don't Be a Sagittarius, it really speaks to multiple Sagittarians just going through things in life, but also, holding space for a lot of the serious things that are happening. It feels like a whirlwind. And I know we say it every year, but like we're only halfway through February and I am exhausted. So much has happened this year.
I mean, yeah, it's been a loaded year already. Things have been hard all over the world, and it's been cold. We finally can see the sidewalks again. So you, like I said, as much as bad things are happening, you always have to look at the silver lining at life. And
The
that's
Silver
something
Linings Playbook.
that's literally something I thought today. I was like, you know what? Life is kind of shitty right now, but at least I can walk safely outside.
I think it's important to hydrate and to really neutralize yourself. And that's why I do it with water. If your water don't look like this, if you ain't got loaded water, bitch, if you don't drink loaded water, bitch, you girls ain't doing it, honey.
She's holding up flavored fucking like I forgot what adult version of Kool-Aid packets. She puts Crystal Light in her water. That's actually crazy. You don't drink like regular water that's good for that doesn't your water forces your kidneys to activate in some way. Your liver's always processing a flavor in your liquids, is what I'm saying. Give your liver a fucking break. Give your kidneys a fucking break.
Y'all don't do loaded water. Are you on Water Talk?
Loaded water? What is that the same thing as Snowcrete? What the fuck is loaded
Wait,
water?
girl, you're late. You don't do loaded water talk. It's kind of chaos.
Loaded water? What the fuck is loaded? Do you do tea? I'm a tea drinker. I'm drinking tea as we speak. Are loaded water?
This is
Explain
part of
yourself
this is actually
now.
part of it. Like
Is that
honestly
the brand
speaking,
loaded water?
no, it's the idea of loading your water to make it the most delicious water possible.
That's not loaded water. That's just sweetening your water. That's making juice. You're making juice out of your water.
So, there's a lot of it's mostly girls. I haven't seen any guys or non-binaries do it yet. But, there's that trend, right, on social media on Water Talk where you're loading your water. They get these big Stanley cups, you put your ice cubes and you're loading your water with different things. And actually, um, am I personally buy my groceries like online, like they deliver, and there's actually a section on my app where I buy groceries, like where it talks about like how to load your water, like the best, like this is one of the top
So,
products.
what product is it? Crystal Light?
So you would take, your water, and some people do a mix, right? There's like Jolly Rancher flavors, Skittle flavors, Welch's Juices flavors. Sometimes you mix them, and some people do other
You saying this
add-ons. They may
with a straight face is actually crazy. That means she's believing the Kool-Aid. She's drinking the Kool-Aid, let's just so to speak.
But you can do fun things. People add different seltzer waters in addition to that to, add some, some texture to the water. You add some
I knew you
glitter
were lying to me.
powder. Like it's very
Let me
fun.
take y'all back about 2-3 weeks ago, where I was telling I drink a gallon a day. You got to drink your water. It's important. And Nunu's like, and I said, and I told Nunu, I was like, Nunu, you need to drink more water. And she took it really offensive. She was like, I drink a lot of water. Water's all I
I drink
drink.
water boots.
I drink only water. And I said,
Only waters.
I
Honey,
said, yeah,
subscribe.
but you flavor your water. And she literally lied to me and said, no, I don't. She's like, because you haven't been to my home, because you know that I don't have that anymore. I said, I know you have water flavoring packets at the walls. You have a whole cabinet for those. And she literally
I
lied
have a
and said she
section. I
doesn't
have
do
a
that anymore.
section.
So you lied to me. Stop we're ma I
Yeah.
give your kidneys a break
Oh.
2026. If only you knew what you're doing to your kidneys is what you're saying.
And to be honest, y'all, it's like a good deal, and I'm not trying to shade, but, if you go to the work to your store, you're gonna go and find, like, 10 packets for, like, $2, $3. For $5, I'm getting, like, 30 packets of multiple flavors. It does taste just like the candy, but I don't always get, like, Jolly Ranchers and Skittles. Like,
That's
I definitely do,
embarrassing.
like, Welch's fruit juices flavors, or I do, like, iced teas, peach teas, you know? Oh my god, Sonic. Sonic the restaurant, they have really good ones. Limeade.
I know a lot of adults who struggle with drinking water.
I
Like,
don't
they
struggle with
hate
drinking
the
water, I
taste of
drink it.
water.
I drink it.
And I don't know why it triggers me when I hear about people that don't know. I need to dig deep on why it affects me so deeply, to witness people who are adults who can't drink water. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I get the ick. Drink water.
I mean, I feel that way about
It's
adults
like the
who
most
have to go to the
biological,
gym every
like,
day, so I get it, I get it. It's like a weird, like, "Oh, you're being annoying." I do, I'm like, I had to work out, I rode a bike, a cycle, blah, blah, blah." Um, but it's water. I drink out so much, though. I mean, obviously, there are downsides. I will say there are downsides. I think the downside is that it has what's that thing?
sodium, sugar.
No, it starts with, like, a A. You remember we talked about this? It's like
Arsenic.
n it's like a science word. What's it called? Activates your taste receptors that want more sweet things.
A lot of sodium.
Aspartame, there we go, I got it there.
Aspartame.
Yeah, like, it makes me want something crave something sweet or makes me, like, hungry, especially if you're, like,
You
pairing
should
it with,
switch to
like
tea. I've grown up to, like, appreciate tea, and
I
I
love
didn't
black
like tea
tea.
because
Black tea with some sugar and with some ice cubes, honey. I live.
I mean, yeah, that's sweet tea, darling. Yeah, you're real for that. But I'm talking about, like, your different teas. This is a chamomile tea right now, and it's
Whoa,
just
sleepy type tea?
no, I mean, I would say it can be sleepy time, but it's also just relaxing time tea. Like, it just activates you because I just got done teaching cycle. So it's just a nice little, like, cozy tea. I would use the word cozy with it.
Chippy
And
tea.
it's a chipe tea. It's a lemon is my favorite and honey. Ugh, so good. It's good for your throat. Ew.
Throat coat.
Um, so yeah, moving on from NuNu's Mountain Dew water.
Mountain Dew
Um,
water crisis. Anyway, Sagittariuses, y'all, are all in the news, and we're gonna go through all of them. So, I mean, again, what do you think of when you think of Sagittarius? Is like me and you both have, interesting relationships. You grew up and lived with them. My first roommate and then her wife was Sagittarian. So, what do you think of Sagittarius when you think of
Sagittarius is again my brother, my sister, and my mother are all Sagittariuses. I also have a lot of Sagittariuses in just my family alone. I'm also a moon Sagittarius, Sagittarius moon. So
dysfunction is something you're used to?
I wouldn't use the word dysfunction. I think that's a negative connotation to put on all Sagittariuses. No, because I think that's exaggerative because there is like not immaturity, just like a coreness to all Sagittariuses that never change. It's fixed. They're very fixed in who they are. They're never really going to change. And they're always. I feel like I think out of all of them, I feel like all of my Sagittariuses will have something to say. They will not have. They will not run out of an instruction to give. But that makes them great
Outspoken,
leaders.
blunt,
That makes them great people to have in a room where, to shake things up, to make sure that, dialogue and the plot is moving forward. You want a Sagittarius for that. But I would also clearly, based off a lot of Sagittariuses that are in the media right now, I think every Sagittarius, along with a lot of us, but specifically Sagittariuses, live in their own world. Like, it's their world. uh, you're
we're just
living
a
in,
part
and
of.
I thought Leos were very like, because I'm a Leo, so I thought maybe my Sagittarius is what creates that like world ego, and like I don't want to use the word narcissism,
I mean, when
but
I think of Sagittarius in my experiences, they just always have to be right.
I mean they are the judge and jury for sure.
No matter what.
They're the final say.
And I think that their stubbornness can really get them in trouble. Let's start light before we deep down. Like, I want to start with your girl T Sweezy and this opalite greedy backlash she's facing with the fan base.
There's Taylor Swift backlash. Isn't there always Taylor Swift backlash?
I mean, obviously, for the last few years, she's been getting backlash for, coming across as greedy, for releasing album after album after variation of album after variation of album audio after variation of album audio interlude after variation of remix to the album. And she keeps releasing these things that I guess she assumes will reach to the charts. Usually, when a single is dropped, it goes number one. But this one didn't. This is Opalite from her latest album, "Life of a Show Girl."
Was on the wall with this album. Not everyone thought this album was tea. Not everyone thought that this album was going to be relevant past its first week of release, and it wasn't. So I wouldn't say that's big drama. This is the first I've heard of it. No shade. No shade.
However, there were some shady things with it. She only released the music video on the paid streaming platforms like Spotify or Apple Music. She didn't do it on YouTube anymore. If y'all don't know, YouTube no longer reports streams the Billboard charts. Clock it. So, she had a delayed release there because what's the point?
And Sagittarius are very competitive. They're
Yeah,
very
she
competitive. They are
literally,
very competitive.
she feels like she has to be number one all the time.
Which is very important. I feel like I can, but
You're so
that
nonchalant about someone that saw her in Paris.
that level of quote unquote greed or or gatekeeping, I feel like is a little neurotic to me personally. But like I said, what are y'all mad about? Like I'm confused at what y'all are mad about. Like this is who y'all support, and like there's no shade. I mean, I could watch it on either platform, but I'm like, you know, like I don't see why y'all are crying. Do you want to get her to number one? Okay, then watch the fucking video. What the fuck are you talking about?
But it's so boring. Everyone criticizes the aesthetic and the artistic depth and this kind of force they feel like, that she's pushing with Travis and her. And I don't know. Everything seems kind of, I don't know, boring, unoriginal,
So in the
uninspired.
chart of Sagittarius drama, let's put this okay in S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and F tier. Let's just go straight to F tier. This is F tier. Like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a. I honestly don't give a fuck.
Raffi hates Taylor Swift.
No,
You
it's
heard it
not
here
that I hate
first.
Taylor Swift. I let Taylor Swift be her Caucasian self. I pick her up when I need style. I pick her up when I need Cruel Summer, Blank Space. Uh I did something bad. I pick her up and I put her down. Y'all need to learn how to pick up your faves and then put them back down. Okay? If you did that with your hoes, you would have a much more longer term long term relationship with your faves. But no, it's either all in or all not. And I just don't agree with that lifestyle for any fave. So yeah, that's okay. Moving along, F tier. F tier. I didn't even know you were gonna talk about that. What's Miley talk? Is the next Miley?
um,
Jesus. We're going through every Sagittarius in the book, y'all.
no, the next one is our continued political shift as Nicki.
MAGA Minaj is what they're saying. The kids are saying it. That's the official term. You didn't know because you're still team MAGA Minaj, so you're still straight up team, and that's the trend that you're going to learn today through this episode. Is that NuNu? If there is a mediocre slash hateful Sagittarius out there, NuNu is right by their sides, gaslighting them and just feeding the
I
fire.
don't agree with this.
That
You'll see
feeding
through this
the
episode
fire.
that Raffi truly supports all this behavior. However, with Nicki Minaj, she continues her political shift to the conservative population. She has been tweeting out prayers and kind of sway her fan base to call senators to support things that Elon Musk is supporting and using her fan base for that. Raffi didn't realize that her fan base is still very active, actually, on Twitter. They're still barbs and they're still doing her bidding as
Embarrassing.
if nothing has changed.
Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Y'all want to talk about MAGA and being a cult? I think that's a cult. It is. It operates the same way. There's no accountability for your faith.
She recently, as of 2 hours ago,
uh,
tweeted
honey,
out another Chucky meme
the dog
as it
is
relates to
hollering.
Trump
A hit
praising her
dog.
yesterday or today, talking about how great she is, how long her nails are. Obviously, she's been on these Turning Point talk shows talking about how Trump is getting bullied and how much she loves the president. She has posted AI memes of both of them getting money and pink cars. It is getting
So what do you
interesting.
think about this? You're saying all the facts. What do you think about this? You're expressing all these facts, terrible things that she's doing, embarrassing herself every day. But where do you stand on the fence?
It's just really like nothing to say. I mean that it sounds like so speechless. It sounds so crazy not to have an opinion. I want the best for everybody that I have ever loved. And that's all I can say. I mean, I just don't know. Like I still I don't think it's a bit or anything, but like obviously there's still a naive sense of hope that like it's just gonna like disappear or something and things will go back to normal, which I realize probably will not happen. And so, we have to sit with that and we have to reassess, especially when, this person is so part of your core identity.
I don't know. I don't know because I literally just said, like I said before,
Like, maybe, like, this is
you
our
can take
Cosby or,
what
like,
you
our
learned from Nicki
Kelly for
Minaj.
them.
You can't take away her legacy in the sense, but the fact that she herself, not me, not you, not anybody else, she herself has dug her legacy into the ground to make it impossible to connect to without associating the far right is the most embarrassing move I have ever seen an
Is
artist
it
do, and that's why,
Sagittarian, though?
like I said,
Is it Sagittarian?
I mean, to the point where she's living in her own world. First of all, she's gonna ride for the people in her life. I do believe that there's a level of the
And for
Sagittarius that is going to
competition, she's the
that
only one over there, right? There's no competition on that side. She's very you know, she has a lot more power.
I said this in the last podcast. I want to hold every person like Nicki Minaj accountable. The only reason why Nicki Minaj is so proudly MAGA right now is because she saw other men doing it, and then they were like, "Well, it's fine for them. I guess I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump on this gun too." And then look where it got her. It doesn't work like that for her though, because you also have a large gay fan base, a large queer fan base, trans fan base, um, and above all that, intersectionally, black and brown fan base. So you just isolated all your fan bases for I know
And it's Black
money.
History
For
Month,
I
like,
know money. It's literally money. I know it's so transparent at this point. It's money. So is that level of greed in Sagittarius? No, I wouldn't say that, but I would say her top. I think the the evil things in her head right now and the soul joy happy girl, that thing is dead. I don't know what happened to that. Onika, I don't know what happened to Onika, but everything else right now, if I what I think is happening in her head right now is greed, and I don't think that is a Sagittarius. I think that is greed. I think that's human. I think that's beyond um astrology. However, I do think that everything that's led up to that is her personality, is the astrology. But no, this is greed. She's just being a greedy bitch. She doesn't give a fuck about you
what
or
if the
me.
safety? What if it's to preserve herself or protect her family? But, I'm not gonna make excuses 'cause, you know, I don't think it takes this to do all that. I just wonder. I wonder. And I
I mean, she's
and
still
I
your
think
fave, but
and I think
it's
we
fine.
need I mean, it's weird. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, to me, it's very weird. Like, obviously, she's, like, somebody I listen to all the time, so now that I'm in month 2, I'm not listening to her. Nothing's changed majorly, but it's weird. I still find myself quoting you made vernacular, your lingo, your references around this person, so it's weird. It's weird.
On to but unfortunately for Nicki Minaj, she's old news right now because there's
Well, we're
one
not gonna keep
Sagittarius.
talking about black women. I wanna be very clear. It's
Oh, please unroll this carpet. I want to hear you talk about this. Let's go.
I was so weird. I had brought this up at work recently, and I had all these coworkers, da da da, varying backgrounds, da da da, and they're like, "Oh, well, you just don't like Jay Z," and I was like, "Who said I don't like Jay Z?" I was like, "What
You
about
don't
me
like
gives
Jay-Z.
I don't like Jay Z?" I said, "I again, I've
You
never even
don't like
said those
Jay-Z.
words. I never said those
You
words.
you don't
We seen him in
you be
concert.
flip-flopping.
It's not
Oh
even that.
my
I'm not
god,
defending
you
Jay Z. I'll
do.
never
You
defend
literally
Jay Z or anything, but like,
when I told you about the whole Epstein shit, you literally said, "Well, that's the husband." I never liked the husband. I never fuck with the husband anyways.
that's what I say exactly. I said I never care about the husband. I don't care about none of these women's husband, and that's just it's no shade to them. I just don't care about them. So like whatever they do is whatever they do. I'm not defending them because I don't have a relationship to them. So for Jay Z, I mean, when I think of Jay Z, I think of older. I think of rags to riches stories. I think of girls, young girls.
Aaliyah.
Yeah, I think of Aaliyah, Rihanna, Kanye cheating. And then we got to this Father of the Year, Black billionaire, NFL kinda era, and, I've always been aware that him and Beyonce's relationship was definitely business oriented. I mean, I think it clearly I think yeah, it's ignorant to be like, "Yeah, they're just together for love." I mean, it's a gr I mean, she's a great investment, obviously. Like, it works out. What's the tea?
You're fake because you have never said this in this way ever in your life. So save it for the podcast. I agree, honey. Save for the clicks. Save it for the clicks. For the clickbait. The
It's
shady
not
clickbait.
that, I just feel like I
Um,
mean, I believe in Black love, and I believe what it represents, I believe in family, I believe in all of that, and I feel like it's very Bridgerton, very realistic, like, marriage is always a business contract, no matter how you look at it. For a local person, for a celebrity, it's always been that. Obviously, they're a good investment on each other, da, 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 great for having an empire, and then the family aspect works as well, and they're musically creative as well, like, I mean, I love them, right? But unfortunately, allegedly, Jay-Z is possibly mentioned in the Epstein files. And when I talk,
not possibly mentioned. He is mentioned.
people were not talking positively in at my job about him. A lot of women were like, he was with Beyonce when she was under. I had to defend
It,
quite literally at
true,
work him being with Beyonce underage, which was not
true,
true. They
true,
were saying it was 17, which
true.
is legal in California or whatever. But I feel like I
Let me tell
definitely
you,
think, I
Nudu
mean,
will
obviously,
pull out
but
the book. Nudu will pull out the laws and semantics when it comes to her faves. She will do the backbending for her. Watch her closely. Watch her closely. She is a Sagittarius lawyer.
no.
She really knows the law around Sagittarius. And we all know 17, quote unquote, legal. That man is a weirdo. That man is a weirdo.
Yes, I mean, with Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, I mean, just as is facts, they were underage. People were around at the time. Obviously, there's things. R. Kelly and him did a whole tour together, like an album. Like you feel me? You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Um, but if he's in the Epstein files, what does this mean for Beyonce? It doesn't mean for anything. As Beyonce is gearing up to release Act 3, most likely on May 29th, 2026. So I'm excited.
You don't think this is do you feel like this could have any backlash on Beyonce?
I genuinely don't. I think, and we'll talk about this as we get to the next topic. I just genuinely think people fake outrage and fake accountability, and I just don't believe them when they say they're gonna hold people to these certain standards.
You don't think it's possible with Beyonce?
I think there's certain stars that once they get to a level, you just can't. Like again, Taylor Swift could go MAGA right now and nothing's gonna change. I don't think Beyonce would be affected. Um, the same way that again, if y'all still out here supporting Chris Brown, y'all definitely gonna support Beyonce. What are you talking about? Like, like Kanye is still getting sold out around the world. Like again, ain't no way, ain't no way.
Um, I think that's where I feel like we need to hold ourselves as the majority accountable and be like, we're we this is a cult. To me, if
Oh God,
depending on Trust. I
It's Swarm, the TV show. Buzz.
trust. If anything deeper with these Epstein files becomes revealed, that this man, even though we all know in writing that this man probably did some heinous shit, um, I just find it really sinister. And
I think anyone that participated in those activities is bad. You know what I mean? And is there redemption for people that participated in this level of activities? Is redemption for I'm asking you, do you think it's possible? Is there redemption?
consequences have to be faced for redemption. So so far, no
Okay.
one's earned their redemption.
Oh, period.
They haven't had a downfall. And then so finally, Nunu's final form. Someone who Nunu says she has crafted her drag after Nicki. All these go no. The head bitch on Nunu's Inside Out vision
Mariah
board
Paris Balenciaga.
is Tyra Banks.
We have finally gotten to Miss Tyra Banks herself. Reality Check, the 3-episode docuseries is finally on Netflix. I was instantly hooked. I quite literally saw who's gonna sit here for 3 hours and watch this? Me instantly. Could not stop watching, couldn't take my eyes off it. Very obsessed that it was this expose, and they said Tyra didn't have a creative hand in it, and it was just gonna expose all these secrets. And we kinda just got a review show with some clips of Tyra saying, "Yeah, it happened."
I don't think accountability was casted for that role. I don't for anybody. I
For
mean, it was a hot
anybody, all those
potato. It
firesides
was a
are
hot
like,
potato.
"Bitch, not me,
It was a
bitch."
hot potato. Nigel kept looking at like, what was I supposed to
I
do?
mean,
Miss
Nigel
J,
won't really in
Miss
it, like,
J,
no
and
shade, Nigel's the most innocent one because he really won't in it, like, I'm quite literally just sitting on the judge or doing a photography, like, I'm not doing story, I'm
no
not doing production,
shade.
I'm not
Nigel sometimes
doing the
said some
stuff.
wild things too.
I'm not saying he didn't say things, but I'm just saying, like, in comparison, he won't like, he at the bottom with Twiggy and them, you feel me? Like, he not and all the rest of them hoes, Dole, Janice, J, like, all of them did some things at the end of the day, and Tyra too.
They were all there for the Tiffany speech for sure. They all
I mean,
witnessed that.
again, so yeah, it starts out with the "We're rooting for you, we're all rooting for you," which is a genius way to start out, and it highlights the problem. The documentary came out, go online, everyone's trashing Tyra. All these people, they know accountability. They didn't do anything. This is assault. This is humiliation. This disgusting. Tiffany, all these things, and I was like, but we're still quoting. I'm rooting for you. We use it. It's memeable. It's this like amazing positive thing, but all of a sudden it just is transformed into something really negative. And I'm not saying it wasn't negative for Tiffany. Like, let's not erase her feelings or anything, but like it's just interesting that like we have viewed it as positive for like 20 plus years, and I was just like,
I okay, so I think what Nunu is trying to say is this is fake outrage because y'all not really mad.
because you're
And
still gonna quote it, and you're still gonna use it, and you're still gonna dress up as
no
it.
shade, like I said, to me, I think it's because I was really thinking about this, and I haven't watched a full season of America's Next Model in probably over 5 years.
Yeah, since
Because I
COVID, you remember?
yeah, since COVID probably is when the last time I picked it up. But before, I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't watch up until season 14 on the CW. We were all talking about it in high school. Like that was the show that people would be talking about. And so I can't I think for the people that were not there in that era, I don't think they'll ever understand how normal that was. And I, as a kid, looking at the Shandy thing, sexual assault was never in my frame of mind as a
I
kid
agree with
watching
that.
that.
I agree. So
Because
just to give
because
context again, we are looking for some reason at this 2003 project and this 2020 lens of accountability and wokeness. And again, it's not that you can't look at things in hindsight, but I now understand how it really transformed, and I agree with you. When Shandy to me, Shandy is an icon, right? Again, if you don't know, I watch Top Model religiously. I do watch a season every month or every other month. I just do. Um,
To me, all those core girls are
they're
icons.
icons to me.
I mean, Yavanna, if I can tell you your Mercedes, if I can still tell you their name
Camille,
and the
Joanna,
seasons that they
Mercedes,
were in,
April, Sarah, Ziomara, Casey. You know what I mean? And so when I say this, it's not to like demean or belittle or anything. It's just like I think your icon and all the stuff that happened on that show. I I feel like people who really loved it still viewed you as an icon. I did never view it as negative. I viewed it as a real experience, a human experience, maybe a warning tale, right? Because it was reality TV, just like the real world, or just like any Big Brother or Survivor. You saw things that you were like, okay, people hate human moments. They didn't do nice things sometimes, or you knew what not to do. But like, I just always viewed it as TV. You know what I mean? And I can see now, obviously, looking back, like there were some lines crossed, consent, sexual assault, and we're not here to determine what was what or da da da. But it's just interesting how it got turned into this very quickly, and it was very dark. And in that situation, Tyra Wright did not take accountability. She has re-showed the quip to Shandy during the reunion on Tyra's show.
and I
She
think that is the important takeaway. I think you can. I feel like people say you can't separate the art from the artist, but I think in this specific occasion, there's so much more to America's Next Top Model than Tyra. But I think the core foundation of how that show moved was Tyra. I think she was
I
shady.
agree.
I think she is the one that would like drop. She definitely released the news about the firing and all that kind of
In
stuff.
my heart of hearts, I think Tyra is not neurotypical, I will say that.
No, okay, no. I This is where I draw the line.
Whether it could be and I said, I don't think she's neurotypical. I think we can agree on that. I'm not gonna diagnose and say autism, ADHD, sociopathy,
I think
bipolar. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm just gonna say I don't think it's neurotypical, and I think the way she is clear and how not only kooky she is, but her relationships are very weird. And they always have been, not in top model world, like in real life. You know what I mean? Like she's very interesting relationships. And I think she is just a quirky girl. Not that it absolves her or anything, because she really, again, most of the interviews out there like,
I just think that there is a
ooh,
person
ooh, ooh, and I'm
it's
gonna
fair to
release
say that
another
she
season.
has a narcissistic view of herself. I think
But if narcissistic personality disorder would be neurodivergent though.
she believes that she has gone through everything. So therefore, I what
Don't agree with
and I
that. I don't know if I agree with that. I just feel like Tyra, because she's not neurotypical, I feel like didn't have a real view of just how things were. Just like the ethnicity thing. Mr. J went on an ETV recently, said that. He was like, "That was crazy that she made me just do this thing that she fought so hard for that she was gonna do regardless." But, the moment became him just standing here delivering his news because he's over the
yeah,
creative
by
director, and it
himself.
became right, and it became this blame thing. I think there's things that was manipulative, there's things that she did that made her not have to have accountability that she always framed from day one. Um, and it was
We
about
know that kind of person, and to me, that kind of person is selfish. That person does, like I said, there's always someone to blame. It's that middle of the ladder person. It's that vice president. Ken Mock was her like CEO. That was a oh, he wants me to do this. I guess I have to do this. Oh my god, the agents, I mean, they would never book you. So like I had to tell you to get your teeth closed. So like it's that kind of thing that I just feel like I struggle with her. But needless to say, I still truly believe that Tyra Banks is still a level of an icon. I mean, I'd be remiss to say that I'm gonna be over here like I just don't agree that we
she made good ice cream, y'all. Tyra
Okay,
Banks makes some
th
good ice
that's a
cream.
stretch. That's a stretch, we never went back. That's a stretch, we never went back for that ice cream. NuNu Paris waited in line on a Friday
I
for
went back
that
for the
ice
ice
cream.
cream. I went back multiple
She was a
times.
spokesperson for that ice cream. You can go to Smize and Cream on Instagram, and you will see a
That's
6-foot
true,
drag
though.
queen holding a extra small cup of ice cream that was $15 with a hard caramel ball in the middle. You will see that. You will see that. You will see that on so NuNu Paris is a fan. Like I said, I think that people are being a little like y'all are madder at Tyra than you are at Ken Mock. You are madder at Tyra than you are at
At
anybody. Like
anybody that's done a
you're
reality
taking
TV
all
show.
the equal accountability that everyone did not take. Let's be clear. No one really took accountability on that show. I love Miss J, Mr. J, and Nigel, but let's be clear, they would say some crazy shit to these girls. They
I
would literally
agree,
say
but
some
I
crazy
also feel like it was
FTV,
a reflection
FTV.
of the fashion industry at the time, and I don't think the things they were saying were worse than things that we're saying in real life. Not that I don't excuse it, but I just gotta be realistic to the industry. Number 2, I feel like a lot of the commentary that is negative or criticism is like the show didn't they didn't even really become modeled after, and a lot of the contestants definitely spoke about their careers not taking off in the way they thought they should. But again, if we compare it to American Idol or
That's
The
what I was about to say
Voice
too. Are
or,
y'all holding
just
American
any
Idol to the
show
same?
or Big Brother. Big Brother is a show that's been on for 50 seasons, Survivor 50 seasons, and no one knows these people after the show. Unless you win, no one knows who the fuck competed on the show, honestly. And you know what I mean? There's not a lot of standouts, and I
America's Best
feel
Dance Crew.
or marriage anything. So you say you
You
can
can
dance
dance.
anything, like whatever it was. I think I don't understand why Tyra is being blamed for
Was the biggest one? The Voice. Whoever got big from The Voice? Like
nobody, like
no. So like,
nobody.
what are y'all?
You
People
know
are
what? There was
competing
one
to be on the
person. I
TV.
think I think Melly Martinez
So one again, and then we got Eva the Diva was I think the most successful, and Yaya were
and
probably the most
Takara.
successful. And
However,
Takara.
those 3 girls on that season were and they were down the documentary and they had no beef because why? They knew that Tyra was not going to help them. They admitted that they've criticized, but like, no, it didn't help me, but I knew I had to go into entertainment. Magazines, they have all
Yaya
broken
went on
barriers,
an interview and said
acting,
it was no beef
reality,
between me
they
and
have
her.
all done things. And I don't understand why the girls are blaming Tyra for not having drive or personality enough to get what you want. Like again, everyone is not going to be a star. It's just not possible.
Um, but I do feel bad for people like Danny because Danny, I think if it is sad that she probably was gate kept a little bit more than she should have because she was a reality star, and it's so unfortunate because to this day her face is unclockable, her
I
energy
agree.
is
Danny is
unclockable,
beautiful. I think season 6
beautiful.
is quite literally the best season of Top Model in the
Yeah,
history.
season
I love
6 is in fact the best season of
it
America's Next Top
is. It
Model.
just is.
It factually is. It
It
factually
is.
is.
There's it's quite literally perfection, and I love everybody that participated in it. They have a special place in my heart,
Yes.
and to hear, the vitriol, I feel like it was so wild to have a winner be like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't get jobs, agent," and she got kinda just blamed Tyra for not being truthful with her as another black woman,
But
which I
there's
do
a
think
deeper levels, and I think the Gap thing really affected Danny. And if we all remember, Danny went through hell her season. So and you brought it up. She was sick. She got dehydrated. She broke her ankle.
right?
Like Danny went through it
She
more
did,
than
again,
anybody.
she
And
deserved it.
I think that I even thought that I said Danny went through. I don't even think it was. I think it was before this documentary. I always thought like Danny went through so much. It's crazy. She must have been like, where does that energy go? It's clear that she was traumatized on that show, and she's pissed that she got like she broke her ankle. Imagine getting broken ankles, all
Right.
that good
I
stuff.
I
Living
do
in the house with Chantel Iman, and then finding out that like you are being gate kept. It
I
like
feel like
I feel like I
I
can't
wanna
relate to
hold
that,
space
but
for
I know that I
that
would be upset.
and her experiences or whatever, but I do think, when Tyra's doing
You're
it
saying that there's a lot of emotions for safe there for her.
I do think that's true, yeah, I do think it's a lot of emotion for safe, like, they gave you a check for $100,000, like, what the fuck did you want? I mean, girl, oh my god, $100,000, so sad. So, congrats to getting $100,000, but I do think that Tyra, also comes from, again, the real world. If I was a black model being told that I was not good enough, being Tyra Banks got a nose job when she was younger, right? So that she could even book these jobs. And Danny is complaining about, I guess, a centimeter gap. She's probably
So,
was not
again,
in the
I think
same
people
mind.
need to I
Not
think
that
that
it's
is something.
not.
Yeah, I think Danny needs to also realize that too,
Like,
like,
okay.
this girl, like, she did it, like, and that's where I
And
kind
she
of
got it done for
when,
free,
like,
bitch.
people in my life that have done me wrong, or, like, you really have to think, what are their experiences that have led to this behavior? And then once you have that, you can let it go. You can really just, like, absolve those
And that's what
energies.
Yaya
I just
said.
don't think she's thought of it that way. I think she is putting a lot of, like,
It's personal for her, for sure.
It's personal for her. And again, I'm not gonna tell her how to feel because I don't know what it was like on being in that show. But I think she was also funny. She had the funniest line when Tara was feeding that bullshit, and then she came with, "Well, that's all fucking bullshit. That's effing bullshit." What she say? I thought that was funny. So I think I'm not gonna say she was bitter or anything because I didn't feel that. I just feel like she's not empowering herself as an icon.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, "You're an icon, like, just be
Dan
an icon."
Danny, I hate that because I would hate for me to ever meet her and then me be like, "Oh my god, you're an icon," and her be like, no, I'm not." I'd be like, "Girl, no, your season probably, yeah." How many times did we rewatch that season? My favorite girl was the girl that went home 7th, Brooke. Oh, that fucking face from fucking Concrete, Stonehenge Brooke. Loved Brooke.
Oh my
I mean,
god, right. But
CoverGirl
yeah,
is
every
so
girl's an icon. That's the
unfair.
thing they don't understand. Like, all of them are icons. Like, I would look at all the girls on the early seasons, like even season 1 through 10, clearly all like I could just give you something about all of them because they all contributed to this amazing thing. And I
I do
know it was
want them to
hard.
have their flowers. I want them to have their
Like, I
flowers.
love all of
So
them.
if
I love
America's Next
Gina.
Top Model could come
I love
back,
the
they
first
should.
girl they went home from North Carolina on that season, who was just Bethany, who was just like, I love all of them. From the first to the last, I love all of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I don't
Ancho.
know, and it's sad. Like I said, I feel sad that for all these girls, and again, not gonna shame anyone or take away their experiences because they went through something. They definitely did. But they've created something so positive. People looked at this show, people like us, people of all shapes and sizes looked at us and just saw that you could look different, that you could be beautiful, that you could transform, that there were spaces for people that were different and creative. And whether they were good or bad experiences, we learned from them and we remember them, and they just represent so much. And I hate that they didn't feel that and they don't get to enjoy it the way we get
I
to enjoy it.
I said it once and I'll say it again. There wouldn't be America's Next Top Model, or there wouldn't be RuPaul's Drag Race with America's Next Top Model. I think America's Model just like set the foundation for what that style of competition
Reality,
is,
yeah.
and it's competition for the gays. Oh my god, it's like I just could never. I mean, I think before we had RuPaul, like I said, that was a show that just like was so pivotal. Are
Right,
you
and
telling me
we
that today
grew up
there
with
was no
it from
game?
elementary to
You
now,
didn't
so
make a game today where we could have named a girl from America's Next Top Model and said the season? You're so fucking fake. Oh, now you choose not to do a fucking game. You fucking Oh my god, so disappointing.
but, there's Cycle 25. Will you be watching Cycle 25?
Apparently a lot of people are against it. I think if Miss J and Mr. J are not back, and Nigel are not back, I think there's no point to it. I don't want to see Tyra that bad. No shade, no shade, no shade. I love you, Tyra, but it's just a lack of accountability that, like, I know you probably will still be shady to these people. No, so that part. But I was thinking, if they find a way to bring America's Next Top Model back, all the judges back, and then bring some of the girls back as mentors, that would carry it beyond. That's the world. That's the cinema we need. We need Jade coming. We need Jade being a mentor. Jade needs to be Give that girl
I think that needs to be the format. It needs to be top model, but then each week the people come back and they do something, and you
like
get to
each there's
see
a
all.
panel member and there's a or there's a girl there's a girl from a past season on the panel. That's how people would watch it. However, Tyra, I just don't think she
I
if
don't think
she
she
still
would
has
do
not
it, but
called if she still has not called Mr. J or Miss J and she's
no,
not
yeah,
visiting the
she
ship,
wouldn't do it. But I do
she's
think bringing back an old winner, I think having like a Eva, something like that would carry honestly, or even, you know what would carry if she it wouldn't happen because ego. Imagine if she was able to get Winnie Harlow back.
yeah.
The, for
Yeah, she'll claim
drama,
Winnie
honey.
Harlow, but she will not bring her back in a 10 feet for vicinity of her.
No, she would never. But that's a good thing to ponder as we continue. I will say there is another expose coming out this week or next week, I think on Vice and through another channel with like Lisa D'Amato and other people who is very anti this one and it's a little bit more rawer and deeper. So we're about to get even more
Uh,
tea on how the
and
girls were treated. So
but again, don't be saying out here, don't be canceling people because they still watch America's Next Top Model because y'all still watching Housewives. I'm telling you, all these reality TV is not for the weak in America. In America, you're betting with your mental health. That's why they have mental health checks for
right now, and
reality
again,
TV.
that's so recent. That's like so like COVID on. Like again, y'all don't realize they just started putting therapists on set. Mental health wasn't even a conversation until 10 years ago. Like when we're thinking about 20 plus years ago, like we're really heading to like almost 30 years of top model. Like no one gave a fuck. No one. I mean, it is not even like a negative thing. It's just that's not where our society was. It's no one knew to do those things. So when things were happening, I don't think the people involved, cameraman, production, had the knowledge of or the context to know what they were doing and the implications. It doesn't
I don't think
absolve
the
them.
blackout consensualness, that blurred line was discussed until I was in college, to be quite honest.
Right,
Like,
I mean,
like
especially growing up, depending on where you grew up, I definitely again, I learned about sexual assault and the fear that, women typically live with, right? But I didn't learn that, you're right, until college, until I took specifically a women's studies class, and I don't know how I would have maybe gotten that information without it, outside of just continuing to, you know, work and have friends that, go through different experiences, but truthfully, I don't know how I would have that context. So I think it was just a different time, but again, it doesn't excuse anything. There's good news and there's still bad news. Some good news is that luckily, for a lot of millennials, a Lucky Me tour is about to cook off, right, for Hillary Duff across the world. There's a lot of tickets already sold. Friends have already gotten tickets, and they're trying to relive this nostalgia. Are you gonna go see Hilary Duff?
I find it so offensive that you're even bringing this up because I was someone who had every single Hillary Duff album until the last one. And for you to
Really?
pretend like you care is so funny because you name 5 Hillary Duff songs.
Have 5 songs. Hilary Duff did not have 5 songs. Hilary Duff cannot
Hearts,
sing.
Metamorphosis, Coming Clean, Fly, Jericho, The Getaway, uh, Girl, The Getaway. I mean, So Yesterday. So many songs, so many songs. Love Hillary Duff. Strangers with Love, Girl, Get Out of My Face, Parks.
Okay, Hilary Duff
Oh,
trivia over here.
I
That is
love Hillary Duff.
crazy. I don't think I
So
knew
stop
you.
acting like you care. And all these girls that
Yeah,
that
I'm not a Hilary Duff stan. I can tell you my best friends are. I apparently have 2 best friends that are Hilary Duff stans. She got her tickets. She actually almost got me tickets, but they were lawn seats, and there's no VIP meet and greet. All you can do is
yeah, how
upgrade
much
to a
are they too,
box.
by the way?
I don't know, it wasn't that much. It must be a lawn seat. I mean, can you
I say
imagine
I love
going.
Hillary Duff, but I'm not. Again, if someone wants to take me, I'll go, but I'm not paying for that. No shade. I love Hillary though, and I would be a fan that would be supporting her, that would know all the old songs. But again, am I going to listen to her new song? Even though her new song "Mature" was kind of fierce, I like that song.
Like I said, I would see Hillary if she did a Hillary versus Ashley Tisdale, if she brought out Vanessa, if she brought out, Allie and AJ, maybe even Ashley Simpson. I need the girls to get back and
Well,
walk
her
around the
and Ashley
stage.
Tisdale are not on speaking terms, so
That's what I'm saying. It could be versus, honey. It could be a I don't care, bitch. Get out there and perform. On some other sad news, though, we want to keep a couple people on our thoughts, right? Christy Carlson Romano did reveal that her cancer screening came back positive. Christy Carlson Romano, of course, Even Stevens and Kim Possible. Um, but
Isn't she MAGA too? No shade. No shade. No shade.
I
Isn't she
don't
MAGA too?
know if that's
She's
true. I
MAGA
don't think
too.
that's
So
true.
she
I
is
don't think
MAGA.
that's true,
She's
is
true.
it?
She is MAGA. She is
I don't
MAGA.
know. Oh god,
She is
that's
MAGA.
not where the
She
segment
is
was
MAGA.
going. It was really like, "Oh my
She is
god, get
MAGA.
screened early, y'all. 'Cause your doctor,
Yeah,
take
screen
care of
yourself unless
yourself."
you're a MAGA supporter is what NuNu Paris is saying. Honestly, no shade. She is a MAGA supporter.
I don't know that to be true.
Let me look it up right now because I'm not gonna
Um
Christy, um, spelling Carlson Romano.
Doing that.
Oh no, what kind of cancer is it?
Human.
Girl, I think she's a Republican, no shade. but
But yeah.
but I'm sorry, girl. I hope it's not that serious. Again, what kind of cancer is it? This is not an official cancer diagnosis, and further testing requires definitive diagnosis. Okay. Oh, you can't. First of all, look, to be clear, this is not an official cancer. Not an ounce of googling. Not an ounce. Not an ounce. You gave a woman cancer today. You gave a MAGA woman cancer. You psycho. What is wrong with you? What? Just out here lying. This is a public platform. You just what's it called when you hoaxed? You hoaxed her. Imagine waking up and people just saying, "Oh my god, I heard you actually got cancer. What kind of cancer?"
This
No,
is,
girl, I just tested
experiment.
positive for
This is
something, girl.
how
It's fine.
misinformation spreads, and I'm so glad that we participated in that activity today.
This is not official cancer.
Yeah, dude, hold on.
Two,
I do wanna hold
one.
space. I do wanna hold space. We don't know how much longer we're gonna be around because the Department of Justice has, of course, released a motion for major platforms like Google, Meta, etcetera, to release data.
I don't want to hear about anything Trump for 1 week. 1 week. You killed a woman. You have supported narcissists.
I was gonna say,
You've been a apologist for 4 people on the actual Epstein file. I'm hungry. I don't care. Yes, we know, okay. If you talk about ICE any negative way, fuck ICE to the death of me. Fuck ICE. I don't give a fuck. If DOG is saying that they can suck my DOJ, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Fuck ICE for the rest of my life. Yeah, I don't care. I'm done. Thank you. Okay, Nunu, anything, where can they find you? Reggaeton Brunch on March 21st with the hostess and the mostest, NuNu Paris. You can find me on Wait Raffi on Instagram and TikTok. NuNu Paris, NuNu Paris with 2 S's at the end, or email her at the NuNu Paris with 1 S at gmail.com. Okay.
I'm
Do you
so excited to see you all. Thank you all for showing up and showing out at our Benito Bowl at Whitlows. I love the staff. I love the crowd. We are in a new location and we are here to continue growing our community all through 26. So thank you. Stay safe out there. Remember, we keep each other safe.